Thank you for joining us on the Bears Den, episode 3. This week we're joined by Saiveon Williams, Armond, AJ Williams, and Josiah Hammons. 3 players that played for Mott in their second year now. They're all 3 from Chicago Curie High School. So welcome to the show. Saiveon, you're coming off a game last week, right before the holiday against Lansing Community College. You led the way with 15 points and 15 rebounds. How'd you feel about that game? What an awesome way to start your holiday.
I actually felt good. At the end of the game, I really didn't know I had 15 rebounds. I know I had 15 points. First half, I really set out the whole half because I got hit in the top of the head, had to go through concussion protocol, so didn't play. I don't really remember the first half, so don't tell nobody. But
You just told everybody.
Oh yeah, I did. That's cool. Keep it secret. No. But second half, I just came out and just played hard. You know what I'm saying? Everything just started to flow how I wanted it to, and my teammates was doing a good job giving me the ball whenever I was feeling it. So I appreciate them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have had the 15 points. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it felt good. It felt good. It was a good game.
Yeah, you had 15 rebounds. I think 3 of them were on the offensive glass, so you created a lot of extra opportunities down low. I think you even had a few assists. I know you fed your brother. I think you had a nice putback. You had AJ, you're all around the rim, had a couple putback baskets. You finished with 8 points and 3 offensive rebounds. So did it take you back to the old days when you're playing behind the house or in the park with your brother?
It's always good being on the court with my brother. I was in foul trouble, so every time I got back out there, I was just trying to do whatever to help the team to win. So every time I got a rebound, I just hit the open man, unless I had an open shot.
You guys having grown up together, you're probably, this is probably one of many games where you play. But and you're both, did you play a lot of one-on-one? Were you always trying to?
Every time he visits Chicago, we played one-on-one. It was competitive.
Yeah, who's got the all-time leading record?
I'm
You keep track of all that?
Yeah, I'm probably up by 2.
Okay, that's awesome. So then you got Josiah. He scored 8 points in the game. So obviously some familiar faces here. So when you're out there on the court with 2 of your teammates from Chicago, it's got to remind you like the old days playing back at Curie, right?
Yeah, I'm thankful for playing for them, with them. So, every time I get to play with them, it's just heartwarming. I wouldn't pass it up for nothing.
That's awesome. Well, and you guys are obviously doing something right. You're now ranked number 1 in the nation, the NJCAA. How's that feel? We're early in the season. We're starting to get into the thick of you got some road games coming up, but being ranked number 1, that's got to feel pretty good for your goals and your confidence and all that as you get going.
Yeah, it feels good now, but we as a team, we're not letting it get to our head. We still got work to do. We still got to get a lot better. As a team, we just got to be ready mentally every game. We just got to execute our stuff, play defense the way we do, and just play my basketball.
Which is defensive turnovers, get fast break points, and really just and I noticed the last game you didn't even use the press that much. It seems like you got that in your back pocket.
Yeah, coming in last game, we was in a defensive mindset. We knew coming in that they were a really good team. So the Coach Schmidt, he wanted us to have in our mind defense. Defense is gonna win the game. So that's what we, got through our brain as we went on in that game.
So you feel comfortable now with the entire team for the most part? I think 9 of you have been together for the last year. And Coach, he likes to sub in 2, 3, 4, even 5 at a time. Yeah. Does that change or does that help your dynamic when you coming off the last season? You just get out there, whoever's on the court, you guys can just feed off each other.
Oh yeah, it definitely helps. No matter how many people come in after whoever's in, everybody's on the same page. So, when somebody comes in, they come and fill in, they come and add on. So, all of us, we trust each other. So we trust each other to add on and not, mess up. So
that's great. Now, Saiveon, you mentioned in your senior year, your season was cut short. Yeah. Right in the thick of the playoffs. You had 29 wins?
Yeah, I think we was 29-2.
29-2.
Yeah, we was 29-2. They canceled it the day of or right before it. Yeah, that was my first time ever making it to the playoffs because my school in South Carolina, I never made playoffs. That's like a football city, so I'm having a good time. I think we finna go to state, you know what I'm saying? And they canceled it, so that really crushed me a lot. But I mean, everything happened for a reason, so I'm still able to play with these two, have a good time. And I got some more brothers, new brothers I got. We all locked in, so we just trying to make a run for nationals. We made nationals last year, fell a little bit short, but this year, yeah, we for sure gotta get that ring.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
So did that help your mindset, having your season cut short and then, in the last season just kind of going and because you just never know. I mean, every day is a gift and you just never know what tomorrow's going to bring. So you just, you want to make the most of it while you're here, especially with your two, your brother and your friends from Chicago.
Yeah, like you said, yeah. The cutting the season, yeah, it affected me a little bit. But like you said, you got to make the best out of everything. You can't sit down and be too sad about certain stuff. I mean, life keep going on. The world keeps spinning, so you got to keep moving, doing all what you got to do. God gonna open up a door for you. One door closes, there's another door open for you. So just keep your head up, keep doing what you got to do, and everything will be straight.
That's great. I'm sure you probably all share that type of mindset. And if you see one of your, either your brother or your teammates kind of down, every now and again, you just have, you can pick each other up. You really feed off each other's energy, and you can kind of know when you got to, put your arm around somebody, or then sometimes you got to slap them in the back and get them going.
Yeah, that's what I will say about this team. If one of us down, we all gonna come to you as a whole, and we ain't gonna let you just be down, sad, none of that. We're gonna make sure you cool. So that's what I will say about this team. We hold each other accountable for a lot of things. So that's what I like a lot.
That's great. Well, AJ, you've seen Saiveon here put up 15 points and 15 boards. You got any goals for tonight's game to try to, to maybe beat some of those numbers?
My goal is to try to get around the same. I hit a double-double. But I was very excited for my brother because, I haven't seen him play like that in a while. And for him playing while he was hurt and he still had a double-double, that was amazing to me. And I wish he just keep playing like that all the time and not take days off.
All right. Well, good luck. You guys are heading out on the road tonight. You've got a game against Terra State, and then this week you've got Mid-Michigan on Friday, and then Saturday you got a tournament out in Grand Rapids. So you guys got a busy couple of days. It sounds like you're up for the challenge. Any thoughts before you go into this big stretch? Actually, you got 5 games in the next probably 8 days.
We just take one game at a time. We don't look ahead. We take where we're up next, and then we go from there.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for coming into the Bears Den. Good luck. We'll see you back here at home. I'll be doing the game at home on December 8th. So I'll be watching you guys online and go out there and do what you do. Thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Coach, for joining us on the Bears Den for episode 3. Appreciate you coming off a tough game last week, but you end up you put it away in the second half against Lansing Community College. You won 94-69. Led with Dre Bradford with 21 points, and then Saiveon Williams comes in with a double of 15 points and 15 rebounds, a double. So it's a great win for the team.
Well, we're a deep team. 10 players dressed for that game, 10 all contributed. So Lansing came in undefeated, ranked in the top 20. Always has been a great rivalry. Mike Ingram, the coach, has coached there for 31 years. This is my 31st year. So we've known each other. We actually worked together years and years ago. So it's always been one of the best rivalries. My hometown is Lansing. I went to high school there, was kind of raised there, and so it's always a special game for me. But they're just a good team, well coached, and we battled. Sometimes you worry before a break that your guys might think forward to the break, and I gave them some time off to get back to spend time with their families, rest, and now we got quite a grind coming up. So it was a good break for everybody. I didn't go anywhere personally. I watched a lot of basketball and football on TV and really enjoyed the break.
Oh yeah, it was great, and the way to finish strong getting into the break. It's probably easier to relax when you're coming off a big win like that. And that was what I noticed too. You out-rebounded Lansing. It was 53-37 with the 15 offensive rebounds, and your bench outscored them by 23. I thought that was impressive. Like you said, you're a very deep team.
We are, and I don't look at it as if we have a defined 5 starters. We have 8 starters. I try to tell the guys it's more important to finish. So far, so good. Now with this many games in a row coming up, I don't know if it's 5, 6 games in 10, 11, 12 days. I don't know. It's going to be quite a test for us. It's early in the season, but this prepares you for your conference, and it prepares you, for the end of the year when you have a tournament. So our guys like to play. I think we're in a good spot. We got a tough road trip, and then we play in a tournament this weekend at Port Huron against 2 teams from the west side of the state, Grand Rapids and Mid-Michigan. So it's going to be a fun week, I think, especially for the players, because I love practices. I like the games, but they love the games.
Yeah, you got a lot of games coming up, as you mentioned. So you got Terra State tonight. You're coming off a win against them last week, but that's always a tough game. And then you head out to the tournament, and then you get Owens, and then back here against Grand Rapids. So that's quite the grind. But through your efforts so far, your team is 4-0, and you're now ranked number 1 in the NJCAA in Division II. What an accomplishment so far this early in the season.
Well, a lot of it, I think, Chad, goes on how well we did last year. We really finished up strong, ended up 5th in the nation. Our program, we've accomplished a lot as far as 4 national titles, 3 runner-ups. So there's certain programs in the country that always get recognition based on what they've done. And we just have good continuity, but we also have a good team. I don't know if we're right now. I don't know if we're the best team in NJCAA Division II. I'm not even sure we're the best team right now in our conference. But we don't have to figure that out until January and February. I take pride on our teams always getting better. I spend a lot of time with my staff working on player development from the start of the year to the end of the year. So some of these guys that are playing well now, they're going to be better players because of what we emphasize. We try to take pride in working hard. They're going to be better players in 6-7 weeks, I guarantee it, because you can't get worse if you put the time and effort into it. And we have structure. These guys like being in the gym. We got great chemistry. So I really think we're going to get better. We might be a little bit overranked right now, in all honesty, but someone's got to be ranked number 1. I guess guys are more excited about it than I am.
Absolutely. And you talk about team camaraderie and just that, the gelling of the players. I mean, you've got 3 from Chicago. Saiveon Williams, you talk about his big game, his brother Armond Williams, AJ, and Josiah Hammons, all coming in from Curie High School. So, I mean, that has to help, having they've played basketball together for years.
Well, they're good players, and I've always liked Flint, Detroit, Chicago kids. They got toughness, man. They're tough, and you can play in those leagues in those areas. And plus, these guys at Curie, a few years back, and I think it was like the 2000, I want to say 10, 11, 12 area, I had a Devin Foster out of Curie High School. And that's when I met Larry Wallace, the assistant coach. And we got to develop a good relationship. Curie sent some good players, to Kansas, different schools over the time, and they're in that PSL, Public School League in Chicago. So Devin came in here and battled for 2 years, led us to the national tournament. I don't believe we won during this time. I think we were runner-up. But through that, I kept my relationship going with Larry, another young guy. They said, hey, would you take a chance? He's kind of a high-risk kid. I took a chance on him. He didn't make it. He didn't really handle our structure, and we tried. As a matter of fact, that kid that didn't make it called me back a year or 2 later and says, man, I wish I would have done things differently. So we didn't have success, but indirectly we had success. And then I started recruiting. I'm not even sure which one was first. AJ and Saiveon are half-brothers. Josiah, Coach Larry Wallace says, man, Coach, he has a chance. Even though he was our 6th man and he came so far from the time he was a sophomore to a senior, he's going to end up being really good. And Josiah's the type of kid that every shot he takes looks like it's going in. Saivion's getting better and better. AJ, I look at as one of my toughest, best defensive kids. So I'll take a Curie kid anytime they recommend him to me, and we got that relationship with a former player that's done very well. He's now on their staff. Devin Foster's on their staff, and it's just a good relationship. I've had a lot of good success in Chicago and a lot of good success in Detroit. But whatever, I mean, these guys, they're 3 from the same team, but you would never know it because they kind of fit right in with the rest of the guys. And that was the best part of last year, is the chemistry. We didn't have problems off the court like a lot of teams do. We didn't have a lot of animosity. I got guys that hang their head periodically because they're not starting or they're not getting the minutes they think. But I tell them it's a big difference from high school where you were probably a little bit bigger fish in a smaller pond than what you do here. And right now, not just because we're number one ranked team for the time being, but because of the success we've had, we're quite a target for any program. We go into Ohio tonight and guarantee if they knock us off, which they're capable. They gave us a tough game here, and they're a physical team. We got to be ready, but we'll be the talk of their banquet. Hey, back in November, we knocked off. If they do it, I'm not saying they will, but we're banquet type material because of the success that we have, and I embrace that. I like that challenge.
Well, that's great. Yeah. Well, good luck as you travel out on the road tonight, and you pick up the schedule on Friday into the weekend. So we'll recap when we resume next week when you're back in town. We have a game on Monday, so maybe we can get together Monday morning. We'll figure it out. But anyways, good luck, Coach, and appreciate all your words and congratulations on your success, not only as a coach and with the record and the rankings, but also with the players. Sounds like you made a lot of great connections with former players, and these players you're going to continue on with those relationships. So I think that's how it all kind of pieces together.
Well,
so congratulations.
Chad, I'm glad you brought that up because that's kind of why you coach. Is when I was these guys' age and even younger growing up, coaches made a huge impact on my life. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I think about it all the time now, what they were able to do. It might have been just taking me to my first Michigan State game as a kid, taking me to my first Piston game, and when they played at Cobo Hall. You guys remember those days, but my guys don't remember Cobo Hall. And so those things make an impact, and they volunteer their time and effort to show me things and expose me to things, and in a sense, I'm giving back based on my experiences. But thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, congratulations once again. Great job on the interview, and we'll see you next week.
Sounds good.
All right.